Mexican. Thanks Jonesy for that little clip you did, it was pretty sick. We had a couple of questions coming back from other people about pipe sizes. So we thought we'd just run through the equipment that you should probably have by now.
So Jonesy had done a little video. He made himself like a homemade foam roller. Foam roller should be a bit of your kit for sure. Like you need something lengthy. The question really was about what's an appropriate diameter, and you know what, it kind of depends on what the purpose is really. But I'm gonna say to you guys, it doesn't matter as long as you've got something, and as long as you've got something that's long enough to play with. I bought this thing, and this is pretty cool. This is from Trigger Point Therapy. It's called a quad baller, so this is really useful for rolling quads out, an IT band, and inner part of thigh. But that's about where its usefulness ends really. Like, it is a great bit of kit, and probably the best bit of kit for rolling out thighs. But beyond that, it's too short. I prefer a much lengthier foam roller. So if you're able to get one anyway. But if you want something that's just going to do a really good all-round job, these are one of the things we have in the gym. It's just it's 90 centimeters long, and it's I can't remember what the diameter of that is now. It's about I don't know. It's about 150 mil across, I think, something along those lines. But these are about $50 a piece from physiosupplies.com.au. They're pretty awesome. But this is the newest addition to the gym. We got 3 meters of a big ass down pipe from Bunnings up the road, and that cost us $20 for 3 meters. And we just sliced that up into 4 750 millimeter lengths. Not quite 750 millimeters, because we stuffed it up a bit. Yeah, I'm not sure how. But yeah, this is as useful as anything. And this, yeah, you can go get yourself a piece of this and make yourself a whole bunch of them. That's just as useful as the big foam roller, and probably more useful than the Trigger Point Therapy in an all-round sense. But as I say, the TP Therapy one is just unbelievable for rolling out your quads and stuff. Other things, hockey ball. Or something really sort of sturdy that you can get into and do some trigger release stuff. That can be a tennis ball just wrapped up with strapping tape just to reinforce it. Works really well, but I got those for about $1 a piece, second-hand hockey balls.
Pretty sure Jonesy blew out all of my tennis balls in Hawaii by sitting on them.
Yeah, they don't last so much. The ones for dogs, the sort of tougher ones, they work better than regular tennis balls. This is a pair of hockey balls just strapping tape together, and that's really good for sticking in the middle of your back, rolling out your upper spine, your thoracic spine, making that nice and mobile and flexible. That's an invaluable bit of kit. We call it a peanut.
For obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons. Bit of wooden dowel, again just a broomstick that can be used for a whole bunch of stuff. Practicing your lifts under light load, under zero load essentially, and good for some shoulder mobilisation stuff, some kind of warm-up stuff that we'll probably go over some of that stuff later on, but it's worth having. That's a bit of broomstick. And last but not least, these things are invaluable. You have to get some of these things. A couple of power bands. I get mine from Australian Kettlebells, kettlebells.com.au, and this is a 45 mil thick. These are the 41-inch loops, so the big loops, not the small, because they come in like a half-size band. This is the long loop, 41-inch, and 45 mil thick, and these are about, what is that? That's about a 20 mil thick band. A couple of different thicknesses will suit you, but you need a big fat one, and you need something that maybe is a little bit lighter. Something that's a little bit lighter for some shoulder stuff, okay? And that's about that. I've got a question for you, Will.
Yeah.
What do you think about sport-specific training?
Oh, sorry. No. I think, with sport-specific training, when we're out on the water, we're already training those muscles. I think when we come to the gym, it's time to train the muscles around those things and to make the rest of the machine solid. It's like, I don't know, there's been a lot of talk and conjecture about it over the years, but I think when you're in a training facility like this, in the weights, you're there to strengthen the whole body. It's like whatever muscles I'm using around when I'm paddling with a single-bladed technique, that one's getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So that's why I come to the gym to make the rest of them stronger around it. So in turn,
To get balance.
the balance will be fine and we'll be working as one unit. So, I don't really believe in it that much. Or not at all.
The staples of strength training have remained the same for a long, long time for a very good reason. There's very few better ways to build posterior chain, hip, hamstring strength than a heavy deadlift. There's no need to go stand on a wobbly board and do a single arm dumbbell deadlift because it appropriates being on the water and that's how you need to use your hip in the water. That's just unnecessary. What you're trying to build in the gym is powerful hips, and that sport-specific stuff, by its very nature, because you're trying to replicate something else, it doesn't have the same stable environment in which you can exert maximum force. So when you're in the gym, you're trying to build maximal strength, or maximal power, or maximal speed, or maximal conditioning. You really don't need to be doing that kind of esoteric stuff, really. And I guess probably the most obvious way I can look at it is if I'm training a boxer or a fighter of some kind, if I'm having them doing hand drills or something along that line, I don't want them to be holding heavy load in their hands and practicing punching to build up punching muscles. Like, that's unnecessary. I'm going to make them strong using pressing, bench pressing, barbell rowing. That's going to build up the shoulder. Hundreds of push-ups, hundreds of chin-ups, things that have been around and proven for many, many years. When I have them punching, I'm going to have them punching as fast as I can because punching power relies on speed. You've already got the strength there from your gym training. So that's the same with the paddle. It's like, there's no point me attaching weights and bands and pulley systems to a paddle and have you trying to pull these super, super heavy loads. It's too close to the pattern. Like, it's going to disrupt your paddling pattern by making you slow and clunky and clumsy and doing things to shift a weight that you don't necessarily do when you're actually paddling. It's not relevant. Even though it looks relevant, it's not the same.
I know I went through a stage when we were paddling, the outrigger canoes 10 years ago, and sport-specific training was pretty prevalent at that stage. I probably went through a stage for 6 weeks where I was doing it and found my on-water stuff was becoming less and less effective. My time trialling was coming down. It was getting slower and slower over the 6-week period. And as soon as I stopped doing the sport-specific stuff, my times went back to where they should have been. So for me, that was the telltale sign that it's a good way to maybe over-train those muscles.
You spend so much time on the water paddling.
Yeah. It's like with paddling and those sorts of stuff. If you want to get good at paddling, go paddling. It's about being out on the ocean. It's about time. Again, flip back to the kids like Connor Baxter and Kai Lenny. Why are they so good? One of the major reasons is they are so damn good at seeing the ocean. They have feel. They have the desire to be the best, and they are the best. They're fit, but they have just got such good feel for the ocean. They were born in the water. They've been those kids were windsurfing the Palolo Channel from Maui to Molokai when they were 8, 9 years of age. How can you beat that? As far as learning the ocean, learning the currents, having the feel. Those are some of the major advantages that they will always have over us, and that's really cool to see. I love watching those kids doing what they do in the ocean. So, that's a big part of it. So, coming back to the sport-specific stuff, maybe not. Definitely not.
So it's weights for the weight room.
Yeah, weights for the weight room, paddling for out there. So, with this little thing, there's a little clip that came through from Brother Mel's canoe surfing thing. It wasn't huge, but it was pretty good. So we'll put a little clip up there. The boys surfing the canoes. We've just started getting our one back out there. might do some video footage with go bomb Danny into Malulaba in the next couple of weeks and see if we can't come home safe. So keep watching. We're obviously moving up. Next time we'll shoot again before Christmas, and we'll move up into the back and we'll start knocking around on the monkey bars, doing some chin-ups and showing you guys some ideas with some towels and stuff. Okay, so hope you enjoyed the controversy. Happy days.